Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tekkit 101. I'm Blue Gnome, and today we're going to continue our Tekkit adventures, our Tekkit guide I should say, and we're going to find some rubber trees, or at least that is what we're planning to do. I should probably put a marker down here. Okay, so I can explain this to you right away. You press, well, it's different for everyone, but I have to press, let's see, period, and if I press period I get this menu. You can set a marker, and this marker then tells you where you have to, where you can return to. So I put a marker right outside my house so I don't, well, get lost, because I tend to do that quite a bit actually. So today we're going to find some rubber trees, and rubber trees are very special because, well, very special in two ways actually, three ways nonetheless. One, they produce sticky resin, and sticky resin is used in the making of rubber, and we need that for all sorts of things. For example, cables. So that is what rubber is used for, and rubber trees look a little bit different than normal trees. They are a little bit darker. You'll probably see in a minute. And also on the top of the tree there are three leaves that just stick out, and that is actually the way to find rubber trees. Now if we find rubber trees, we're going to cut them down, and then we're going to take the saplings home and make a rubber tree farm, because rubber trees are quite rare. We need to make a big farm to support our rubber needs. Now of course you can't just take the rubber from the trees. You need a special piece of equipment to do that, and that special piece of equipment is a tree tap. Now a tree tap is really quite simple to make, but it breaks quite easily. You just have to, well, put some wood in the shape of a sort of, well, in the shape of a tree tap really, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute. But you use this tree tap to extract the sticky resin. Wow, that was a little bit of a lag. Anyway, to extract the sticky resin from the trees, and then you put this sticky resin into a, and I don't want to get this wrong, I believe it's a compressor or an extractor. I'll have to look it up. It's a little bit stupid because I know when I see them, but well, you'll see anyway. I believe it's an, no, it's an extractor, sorry, it's an extractor. You need an extractor for sticky resin, and it turns into rubber, and one sticky resin usually turns into 3 rubber, which you can then use in all sorts of products. Now I'm going to skip till I find a tree, because this can take a very long time, and I don't want to yeah, I don't want to bore you with just walking around. And oh wait, there's one point of interest that I have to show you before I go off camera, and that is, let's see, there it is. It's an oil well, so I'm going to put a marker here. Let's see, period, waypoints, add, and we'll call it oil. Now we can use oil as fuel, and that is very, very handy. We can also refine it for well, for fuel, but we can use it to we can burn it as well, and we can pump it up. Usually it's a well that goes down, there we go, and this goes down all the way to bedrock, and we can pump it up and we can use it. So it's really, it's not that sustainable, but we can get a lot of energy out of it. So if we ever need to get fuel for something, we know where to find it. And these oil wells, you can also find them on land, but they're usually found at sea. So now that you know that, I'm going to just cut out a little bit and see you in a minute. And we're back. So I just walked past the rubber tree when I got here. I couldn't believe my eyes when I walked back in search for one of those. So Yeah, that's an oil tree right here. As you can see, 3 leaves on top was quite hard to see because of the jungle. And if we just take this out, this is a little bit of sticky resin. And this sticky resin can be used to make all sorts of, well, rubber products, really. So I'm just going to take the leaves and see if I can get a sapling from it, because that's the main reason we're searching for these things. We want a sapling to plant in our own garden, so we can make a little bit of a farm, and that is always a wise thing to do. So if you start Tekkit, be sure to search for a rubber tree early in the game, because you will need it. Now I'm hoping we can... Ah, there it is. This is a sapling. There we go. And we're going to just cut the tree. I need that one. Oh, God. So we're going to cut the tree. Take out the rest of the leaves. There we go. And then we're just going to return to our little base and make a tree farm there. So I'll see you in a little bit. And we're back. So I just got 1 sapling, as you can see. It's always better to get more saplings than 1, because these things are pretty hard to come by. But we'll just put it there, let it grow for a while, and see if we can get more saplings out of it. They usually drop 1 and sometimes 2, so I'm hoping we can make a fully grown farm in just a matter of Minecraftian days. I kind of want to sleep right now because I don't want to deal with all the monsters down there. And now that we have started a tree farm, I'm just going to put these logs away. Not here. We're going to dig for some ores. Now, you might think, well, you don't even need to do that. True, but I forgot to tell you something in the last episode. And that is a really, really handy tool that you can use to find different kinds of ores. And I really do recommend you to use it early in game, because it makes finding ores so much easier. Also finding diamonds. You might know, you might not know, but the diamond level, I believe, is 16 and down. So the optimum level is 14, because you won't fall in lava then. And we're going to search for some diamonds and also for some other resources. But to do that, we need to make a divining rod. Let's see if we can make some covalence dust. Oh, caps lock. We don't need that. No, convalence dust. I always... Anyway, dust. Let's do this. God. Caps lock. Dust. There we go. So we need this one. We're going to make some covalence dust, and this covalence dust we'll use for a divining rod. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. Let's just take some cobblestone and some charcoal. Charcoal in here. There we go. Cobblestone in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. We'll just put it in like the recipe said, and voila, covalence dust. Now, covalence dust can be used to repair items. This is low-level covalence dust, so we can't really use it to repair iron weapons or items. But we can use it to make, there we go, a divining rod. Now, this rod you can you put it in your inventory slots. You press, let's see, you press right click and it divines a value for you. Let's see, it differs from person to person, but we need to check the controls for this one. Because you can set the distance the divining rod uses its divining on, really. So extra function, that will probably be a C. Oh, this is a low level one, I can't use that. So we're going to upgrade this, and I'll show you how it works in a second. So now the light blue covalence dust, iron ingots, and a redstone. There we go, and this one too. We put it in here, make covalence dust, and now we put the divining rod in the middle, light blue covalence dust around it, and voila! A upgrade to our divining rod. I believe with this kind of covalence dust, we should be able to... Ah, look at that. We should be able to repair our weapons, and this is what it does. Now, I can imagine you don't want to use covalence dust for all of these things, and there's a really handy solution for that, but we'll get into that later. Now we just need to use some coal and some diamonds. Well, and a diamond, I should say. Coal, diamond, for the last level of the divining rod. There we go. Up in here, surround it, and there we go. Now we have a divining rod. I'm going to show you how this works. You go down into your mine or wherever, and you click on a wall. It says a value. Now, the best value is 1. That means that there is only stone to be found beneath this. Now we will try to switch up the distance a little bit, so I'm pressing C now. Ah, sorry, it's not C, it is, let's see, it's G. Okay, it's G. Oh yeah, that's right, it is G. So, I click on the wall, and there you have it. Best found, 256. I believe 256 is the value for iron. So, the higher the value, the more valuable the ore is. And we're going to use this to dig up some stuff. So let's see what the value of coal is. It's 128. Okay. Now let's take my pickaxe. There we go. What I usually do, my method, I mean you can do it differently, but I like to do it like this. I set it to 64. Okay, that's some iron. I'll try to set it to 16. If the iron is in the range of the divining rod, then I know it's 16 at least in the vicinity. I'm stumbling a little bit, but never mind. I'm just going to dig a little bit. So oh, look at this. Oh, this is a fine example. Let's see a little bit of this. We need some torches. That what we found right there was bronze. No, not bronze. Copper. Sorry, copper. And copper can be used in all sorts of different recipes, and it's important that you dig it up and you get as much of the copper as you can, because later in game you'll probably get a shortage, because that basically always happens. Now I'll just put the torch in here and mine it up, and then you can see the processing rig in action. So let's just take this copper right here. There's also tin and uranium ore. I believe there is nickelite, and we'll get to that when we get across it. But this is very, very useful indeed. So I'm using my divining rod now, and it searches a 3 by 3 square and 16 back. So as you can see, if I just press G, it's 64 by 3 by 3. That means it goes 64 deep and searches for the most valuable material that's in there. Now, I don't really feel like mining a lot today, and we do have a lot of stuff now, but you get the idea. This thing, this divining rod, is really, really useful if you want to find ores. Now, I can finally demonstrate the rig. I hope this works. I should power it first. Let's put some wooden planks in it for now. There we go. Now we'll put the copper ore in. It'll be pumped. I'm going to put some stone in here just to just for some preemptive measures. You'll see why in just a minute. There is a this is quite noisy, by the way, and there's a little trick you can use. You can just put your sound one back and one up, and the sound is practically gone. So if you don't like the noise, you can just always do that. Now it's the macerator that's making noise. 1, 2, What? Okay, there we go. It's fixed. So now the macerator is macerating the ore, and it'll come out in just a second. Here we have our smooth stone that I need. There we go. And some glass. Now you might wonder, how did I make these pipes? Well, fairly simple really. Just a little bit of glass in the middle and some stone on the side. Oh no, wait, it's the other way around. I always forget. Give me a second. There we go, some glass. Glass on the sides and stone in the middle. No? Don't want it today? Ah, there we go. Stone transport pipe. So, these, by the way, are stone transport pipes, I believe. Yes. Stone transport pipes are different from cobblestone transport pipes because they don't connect. So that is really useful to know, because as you can see now the copper dust is just going through the furnace and it's not actually doing anything. So what I'm going to do, if I can get out of this hole, oh god, there we go. What we're going to do is we're going to use cobblestone piping so these two don't connect, because if we don't, and I'll just demonstrate that for you, and we'll have to pick this up, there we go, then it'll connect and everything will just go wrong. So I'm using cobblestone, this is stone, this is cobblestone, to put the input at the top, and now it should work. Let's just fix the floor and... ah, there we go. A little bit of an example. As you can see, every time the macerator macerates anything, two dust come out, and one dust converts to one ore. So that's basically how it works. See, now the copper dust does work properly. It comes in at the top and it's processed and put in the chest. That's why I said the rig is so important in early game. Now, that's all fun and games, but we don't want to use coal to, you know, power all this, because, well, that's pretty expensive. And we can use all sorts of different measures, but we're above ground now. And let's see if I can find a nice spot. Here, behind there, we're going to put solar panels. So, oh no, I think it's better to just put them at the side because I can connect them to the bad box directly. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll make it here. We're going to make some solar-powered machinery, and for that we of course need solar panels. So we're going to look up solar panels, solar, and we have different kinds of solar panels here. We need the regular solar panel because these things are a little bit more advanced. For example, the low voltage solar array needs 8 solar panels. So that's actually quite a lot if you see what this needs. So we need coal dust, we need glass, we need electric circuits, we need a generator. So it's quite a lot to do, but it's worth it really. So as you can see, the power level at this moment is 8. That means that there are well, 8 EU. That's the power unit in Tekkit. 8 EU is stored in that bad box. Now, solar panels don't really have a great output. I believe something like 1 or 2 EU per tick, so per second really. And that's not quite a lot because it can't really power all these machines. So that means we need more than one. That's quite obvious. That takes a while, and I'll probably show you how to make one, but if I have to make more than one, I'm going to use the magic of video editing to make it go faster. Anyway, having said that, we're going to make some preparations. I'm going to put some coal dust, there we go, some coal, and we're going to transform this into coal dust. Coal dust doesn't double, I believe, so just put it in the macerator. It'll probably be pumped out, but I want to leave the pump out because else it'll need time to warm up again, which we'll see in a later episode also. Now, we've covered all of that. We're going to make some new energy sources so we can process easier and cleaner, but what about this? In the Tekkit pack there is also something called equivalent exchange, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a look. This is a transmutation tablet, and a transmutation tablet, let's see, there we go. A transmutation tablet is made with a philosopher's stone, obsidian and stone. So it's quite hard to make, because of philosopher's stone you need diamond and glowstone, and for glowstone you obviously need to go into the nether. Because I didn't want to do that, I just put one right there, because that takes a long time to do. And what this does, if I haven't explained it already, is you can put an item in. It learns the, well, we should say, it learns the code of the item. Now, I want to do this with glass also. Anyway, it learns the code of the item. Now, I put a stick in, and it also learns the code. I'm going to take these out, I'm going to show you something. Please watch this number, it's 0. If I put it in, it's 4. That is the value that the stick has. Now, the stick has a value of 4, the stone has a value of 1, so for 1 stick, we can get 4 stone. Shift click, by the way. That is basically how it works, and we can do this with basically, basically anything, but not with buildcraft materials. So it's basically just for normal materials, but it's really, really, really useful for example, duplicating iron or tin or redstone. And I'm going to put these all in, so that when I lose the item, I can always transmute them back. So diamond, a value of 8,000, and I'm just going to take it back out just so it learns the recipe. Pumpkin also, you can also put them in here, but, well, oh wait, this is coal, isn't it? Yeah, that's a little bit complicated, really. A transmutation tablet can transmute matter, it can also transmute fuel. So coal is obviously categorized as fuel, so if we just take all the EMC out, that's the value, we can put coal in and it has learned to make coal. But we can't transmute coal into, for example, diamonds, because diamond isn't fuel. That is one of the rules of the transmutation tablet, and it's, you know, it makes the game a little bit more balanced. Redstone is apparently also fuel, and Covalence dust we can also put in, because Covalence dust isn't part of the Buildcraft mod, but of the equivalent exchange mod. And this, as you can see, can be really, really, really useful to get all the items you need. There are other methods, but this is what I'm going to use for now. So, oh, also do watch out if you log out, so if you just quit playing, this value will return to 0, so if you put a diamond in and you don't take it out, you know, you're going to lose a lot of EMC value, and that's a shame. It's not needed. So please watch that when you do make a transmutation tablet. Now I showed you just now the philosopher's stone. I also spawned one in. The philosopher's stone is a really useful tool because, well, I'll just show you. If I right click on something, it can change the block into something with the same EMC value. Now, clicking and shift clicking is different, and you can just, you know, play around with dirt all you want. And you can also, if you press V, there we go, it charges up. So now we can transmute a bigger area to something else. If you want to reduce the factor, you have to shift click V. Shift V anyway, to get it down. That is how a philosopher's stone works, and it's really useful to, you know, get to convert cobblestone into smooth stone and all sorts of things. But you can also use it to convert things like, let's see, coal, I believe, charcoal, coal. You can convert coal into charcoal, and coal and charcoal has the same value, fuel value I should say, but you can make 4 charcoal out of this, so that might save you a lot of fuel. And I'm going to power my furnace with charcoal also. That is a trick you can use with the philosopher's stone. There are a lot of things you can do with that, but we'll get there once we set up the solar panels. Now, I've talked enough about equivalent exchange, and you might want to take a break so you can you know, experiment with this, maybe in creative mode, and just set it up once just to make sure you're okay with how all this works, because when you break one of these blocks, they'll just disappear. You won't get them back. You have to use a wrench for that, and even then there is a chance that they might break. So a wrench, you can make wrench. This one, you need this one. So I suggest you take a minute to just go into creative mode or something to yeah, experiment with all the things you've seen in this episode so far. And well, if you don't want to, that's fine too, because we're just going to continue now. For the second part, we're going to make, as I already told you guys, some solar panels. And I need some glass for that. There we go, glass. And I'm going to put this in. I'm going to basically try and get this thing to learn all the things you need, we need. Also, a little trick. Glass also has a value of 1, so if you put sand in, you can get glass out without using the fuel. And all those tricks just add up to, you know, save a lot of time and energy. And yeah, I'm going to try to teach you these tricks as we go along. Just keep your eyes open and you'll save a lot of time and energy. I want to make my first solar panel now. Solar, there we go. And for this panel, the first thing I really want to do is make a, well, not a generator. I want to make these electronic circuits first. And I want to make 3 things, but I'm going to make just one just to show you. We need copper cables, and for copper cables obviously we need a rubber tree, because we need rubber for the cables. And well, it's a real process really. That's why you need to have a rubber tree as soon as possible, because else you can't really make any machine we've got in there. I just spawned them in because I didn't want to go through the process of, you know, gathering all those resources. But if you want to, first priority, always find a rubber tree. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kill some skeletons probably, get some bone meal, put it in the macerator. By the way, if you put bone meal in the macerator, you get 5 dust instead of 3. And I'm going to get back to you guys as soon as I have a few rubber trees that we can use. So see you in a minute. And there we are. So I got myself some bones, and I went hunting, but well, obviously I didn't get killed because, well, I still have my levels, but I couldn't really find some skeletons. Well, they were hard to find. Eventually I found them, so that's good. I'm going to show you a little trick I told you just now. Just put bones in the macerator and you will not get 3 but 5 bone meal. And that really helps a lot, especially when you want to make a rubber tree farm. And we're going to use these bone meal pieces to get more rubber trees. Thank you very much. So I'll just let this guy do his thing. Oh, also if you want to sort your inventory, that's a handy little trick. Just press R when you're in your inventory screen and you'll sort it out. It's really really useful. So there we go. Okay, come on. Bone meal. There we go. And I'm going to put this diamond back because it's a little bit dangerous to just walk around with the diamond. There we go. Now, you do need a lot of rubber trees, as I told you a minute ago. But, well, we'll get them, so I'm not too worried. When you find one, eventually you'll just get enough. So that's not really a problem. There we go. Okay, now let's see if this grows. Yes, it does. Good. Those sticky resin spots that I showed you earlier, they return over time, so you don't have to cut down the tree every time you get the sticky resin out of it. That is a real advantage, because you just have to, you know, make a farm that's a decent size, and then you just have to wait till there's a sticky resin piece. Good. I can show you in a minute how to get the sticky resin out of the trees, and then I guess we'll end the episode for today, but we can do that. That's not a problem at all. Let's see that. Okay. Now, also you might want to get rid of the leaves because they get in front of the wood, and then you won't get sticky resin out of it. That's not really, well, useful. So, okay, we have 2 saplings already. Okay, that's a pretty nice bounty from just 1 tree. I'm actually quite impressed. So, we're going to just let... Okay, 3, nice. Well, I'm going to let those on the top stay. They can't really do any harm because they're not at the side, so they won't interrupt with the sticky resin. But, well, it just looks kind of fun. So, okay, now I'm going to show you how to make a tree tap, so you can extract the sticky resin. And next time we're going to make a probably an extractor or something like that. Oh no, you can cook them. I'll show you. I'll show you in just a second. Okay. This shape, just use wooden planks, and you can make a tree tap. Now the tree tap we can use to get the sticky resin out of the tree and into the furnace. Let's see. I'll make a little tower. There we go. Now, right click, and there we have it. I'm just going to plant the, there we go, the trees right away, so we don't have to do that another time. Leave a little bit of space. I'd say 2 blocks is enough, so you can walk through them and collect the sticky resin. That's actually the main reason to set them apart, 2 blocks instead of 1. And we can also use the bone meal on it already. There we go. Oh, a little bit of sticky resin. Thank you very much. Now, what I said earlier about sticky resin, you can use an extractor to extract the sticky resin. Then you get 3 rubber balls for 1 sticky resin. But seeing as we don't really have an extractor right now and we don't have the resources to build one, we just need to use a regular furnace. So you just stick the resin in, and there you have it. It becomes rubber, and we'll just let it pump through there. We need a lot more than just, you know, 3 or 4 rubber balls, because I'm just going to show you real quick and then I'm going to end the episode. Solar panels need electric circuits, and electric circuits need copper cable. Now 6 copper cable requires 6 rubber, so if we want 1 solar panel we need at least 12 rubber for just the cables for the electronic circuits, and we need another 6 for the RE battery. It just uses 1 cable, I believe, or 2, but you need to make a whole set of 6, so we need at least 18 to make 1 solar panel, I believe. That's quite a lot, but it's not something we'll have problems with, because that farm will grow really quickly now that we have the bone meal. And yeah, that was the end of the episode. Next time we're going to build the solar panel. We're going to construct it. We're going to hook it up to the power grid, see how that works. And probably we're going to do a little bit more of equivalent exchange. I'll let you see some neat tricks with the Philosopher's Stone if I can, you know, think of some. And before I make the next episode, I'm probably going to expand the tree farm, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Next time, indeed, we're going to talk about the equivalent exchange, because there is a really handy way to get diamonds once you have 1 diamond in your inventory. And yeah, it'll be fun. So see you guys later. Bye!